Get ready to listen and comment with Sister Logic.
Hi, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sister Logic. You got your girl Tanya here and your girl Denise. Say hey, D.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, today we are going to be talking about credit. We are going to be bringing to you some ideas of how you can build your credit, some things that have worked for both of us, that we were able to bring our credit scores up. And I'm telling you, we're not going to let our people go without getting this information, all right? Please chime in, anything that you want to say or anything. Please subscribe, share this, because we think this will be beneficial for everyone. All right, D.
Yes.
Our credit.
Yes.
First of all, I want you to talk about maybe some issues you had with your credit, and then talk about how you went about trying to correct those issues.
And I think a lot of people probably at some point, whether it's your job, you may lose a job, or your partner may lose a job, or you just get sick, something happen in your house. And for whatever reason, things just may happen where you may get behind and it turns into a spiral effect. So some things just happen in life that you just can't expect. So I would say the best thing, instead of, in just talking to friends and people and just reading different things up on it, I think a lot of people think, well, I'm behind, I'm already messed up, so they just let it go without reaching out to your creditor or whoever your loan is. And so instead of, by doing that, you're actually doing more damage than just picking up the phone and trying to work out a plan with them. I mean, because everyone has life happens, so anything can happen, and before you know it, you're in a tornado spiral. So my thing is this: I would say just try to work with your creditor, call them up, make some kind of plan, or even if it's something that you're too far behind, is there a way we can make a settlement? I can pay 30% and just pay that off just to get it off my credit. And I just think that you really need to check your credit on a regular. You get a free credit report once a year with all three of them. So I would say just go ahead and try to work it out and just be diligent, trying to speak to them just to make a plan to get back in a good standing.
Right. And another thing, you can get your free credit report, and you could actually go through every item line by line, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. But as you're going through it line by line, you need to write down all things that are incorrect. Write them down. Write them down. It also, a lot of times we put so much into the credit bureaus thinking that they're going to do their job properly.
Right.
Now, I told you before there were some things on my credit that were incorrect.
Right.
And so because it was really my fault, because I should have been on it to check it consistently, and what I mean by that is there were some inquiries that should have fell off.
Right.
It was past the 2-year mark. They should have fell off. Now, some people will call and get inquiries taken off even before the 2 years mark. Okay. It's just how diligent you want to be on getting this stuff off your report.
Right.
Another thing for you and I is that we have goals that we're trying to reach. The first goal last year, or was it last year or was it before the pandemic, is that we wanted to get our emergency fund up, right? 2020, we said we wanted to have at least 5 to 6 months worth of income in the bank in case of emergencies.
Right.
But then when the pandemic hit, we was like, oh no, now we got to up that to even more, know. So we have a lot of goals and things that we're trying to do. So our credit is a major thing for us, Now, I like what you said about calling the debt collectors, but I'm going to say this. If it's already close to that debt about to fall off, don't call.
Right, if you're almost at the 7-year mark.
There you go.
But if you're trying to like buy a house or something like that, then I would say try to work with them to get it off if you can, if you're not even close to the 7-year mark, because they ain't going to take it off.
Right. But even with that, you want to make sure the mortgage company follow what the mortgage company tells you, because you might take off something that they probably didn't even look at in the first place. You could have did it a little later, because you know we all have so much money you got to put down or save for a home. You know?
Right.
What about your car? You just bought a brand new spanking luxury, top of the line, millionaire in the making car. How was that experience?
Oh, well, I think it was good this time around because, you know, I don't got my stuff to a good place. I'm still chipping away at it, but I think this time around is because it was more, I didn't have to haggle, like, okay, the interest was too high, we need to come down.
Right.
I mean, the interest was low. It was probably the lowest I ever had trying to get a car. So I give myself a pat on the back. Kudos to me.
Yes.
But I think it was just that I've been diligently trying to make, you know, because, you know, especially during this pandemic, you just were bored in a house. People online, you just shopping and buying unnecessary stuff. And I was like, Denise, you don't need another pair of shoes, another bag, another outfit. I got stuff I ain't even wore yet. So
right.
I was really trying to make a conscious effort to just stop spending just to be spending, because I was just bored sitting at home. And, you know, everything on department store was sending you emails. Hi, 30% off. Hey, Denise, you forgot something. They're telling you, hey, did you forget this in the cart? I'm like, wait a minute, you holding it in my cart trying to, come on, you forgot me. And I'm like, I left you there for a reason.
Right.
But I think another thing is, I made a decision, like with department stores, those really don't serve you no purpose. Like, they're just department stores. Now, I would say get rid of those or pay those off. Now, if you have a Visa, at least you could use that for an emergency if you had to get a car, rent a car, or pay for something or buy food or something. A department store is just for that department. You can't use it for anything. But although I noticed a lot of department stores have gotten smart where they're offering you a Visa or MasterCard department store card. So because there's like no point to have that card if I can only use it at ABC store instead of I can't buy gas, I can't buy food, I can't do anything in case of an emergency. So those just really didn't serve me no purpose. So it was like, let me get rid of them, and my score is just creeping up. It's creeping back up. It's creeping back up. So it's like, now, there's a difference. When you have good credit, you will save so much money on interest. Whether you paying 2% on a car interest or 10%, that's going to save you thousands of dollars in the end. So you're just giving away free money. And then charging all these cars is just giving away money. You just... Whereas I could have just bought it with cash, but I just didn't want, like Tanya said in one of our other episodes, but the cash looks good in my account. I don't want to spend it.
I mean, I just be looking at it like, oh, you look good. Pay that bill. No, I'm just playing.
Don't just use the card. Don't use your cash. Use the card.
And that's crazy. You know what? Since that episode, I have changed and I'm taking the cash and doing it and putting the cards up, because either way it goes, I gotta pay them, and I had to do a mind change thing.
Or one of the things that I think about instead, because that way, if you don't want to carry a lot of cash, because I don't like to have a lot of cash on me.
I don't either.
Just use my debit card where on one of my accounts that I don't like. I usually have another debit card, so I'll use one just for like essentials, but it's not the one that's connected to my main account. I just have a little bit of money in that account.
So, debt. I remember when I was like $30-something thousand in debt, and I was 25, 6, 7. What was the most debt you have ever been?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, because if you count in a car, I don't really count a car because that's just, or a house, but credit card debt, maybe 10,000 or something like that.
30,000. That was remember when Bell South, when you talk long distance, that bill, I had a hospital bill, I had credit card debt out the wazoo, and student loans.
Well, I don't count student loans in that bucket because them student loans is going to be, they're going to have you in the coffin, and then they're going to have that student loan right in the coffin with you. But
wait a minute. Not with you, though. I have to applaud you. You paid off all your student loans.
Hey,
yes, girl.
Wait, $10,000 off of it. I'm like, if I'd have known that, no, I'm just saying. But
I know you would have held on a little bit, you know. But so we have to think about that stuff's important because, you know, if for you to be that, I can't wait. But I don't even think that $10,000. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, President Biden, I thank you for that. But ooh, that only puts a little bit of a dent in mine.
I know.
You know, if he said 50%, girl, I would be doing the you know, but because of the fact that, I mean, again, 10,000 is still a lot. You know, if you gave me $10,000, hey, I'll be a happy camper. So I take it in any form that it comes in, you know. But also with debt, you know, what people don't understand, there is a way to come out of it.
Yes.
A lot of people, you know, you remember when the stock market crashed? I'm trying to say, was it in the early 2000s or
somewhere around there? Somewhere.
You know, where those men were jumping out jumping out of buildings because they lost all their money. To me, this is what I feel. I can't. My mom always told me, don't ever say you came from nothing because, honey, I gave you something. So I didn't come out being a millionaire or anything like that. So I think, although, you know, no one wants to lose anything they have, but the great thing about it, Dee, is that you have an opportunity, if you can open your eyes, to get your hustle back on again.
Right.
You know, it's not, I don't believe it's a one-time thing. What do you feel about that?
I think, I believe you can definitely come back. And I think the next time around, you make smarter decisions the next time around. Because if you've been like debt, or you like people, especially back in the day where they would call your house and be like, you owe, you know, calling your job and harass people. So I feel like, you know, a lot of times people, once you come through something, you know what not to do because you don't want to go through that or not. Because it becomes very stressful when you owe it. You know, things are just, people are calling, the bills is coming in the mail, so it becomes stressful. So it's like, I think you just learn how to be a little bit more disciplined and make better decisions. Like, do I really need to buy this? Is it a want or is it a need? You know what I'm saying? And we get in the habit of just seeing things. They advertise, you get text message, email, buy me, buy me, buy me. And it's like, do I really need that or do I want it? You know what I'm saying? Do I need another pair of black shoes when I already got 50 black pair in there and half of them I ain't even wore maybe one time or not at all?
Right. Well, I want to thank you for this episode, Dee. I think we got the people motivated to, you know, get their credit right, and also to not feel like it's the end of the world if your credit isn't all the way there. You can come out of it. There's a lot of things you can do to change a lot of things in the past that have happened in the past and make them right again. But the first thing they need to do is, number one, check your credit report. Number two, decide on the things that you may want to dispute. Right. And also, if there's something that you're not, if you're not knowledgeable of, you can also get with someone who's more knowledgeable than you are to help you through your credit.
And then you just have to learn how to become disciplined, you know, with your money spending and your spending habits. So you just have to really become disciplined.
Yes.
Make sacrifices. Do I need
make sacrifices
or another coffee? No, I don't.
Right. Right.
You can't treat yourself, but it's just become more conscious of what you're spending your money on. Keep a track. Write down for the whole month, just write down everything you spend and see, do I really need this, or check some things off, and then you'll start finding extra money to put towards your debt to pay that off, because you're eliminating unnecessary purchases that you're spending on.
Right. And don't be like our one episode that Denise and I had to go through and checking stupid things we were spending our money on. All right? Yeah. We love you all. Thank you so much for subscribing and tuning in. Take it easy and have a great rest of the week.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.